Also das ist eine. Ich hatte mal eine Telecaster hier.
I once had an old Telecaster in my shop for a fret job. It had such an amazing sound, and that really turned me back on to the Tele sound. It sounded so much better than most of the Teles I'd played in my life. And that got me into building a Tele-style guitar. So basically, this is a Telecaster. It's differently equipped, rather like a Strat, and it has a different body shape. I've owned 2 or 3 outstanding Teles in my life, and I played them a lot. Those were really great guitars. They sounded as if they had a built-in compressor effect. And this guitar has that same sound quality, really, no joke. I knew the guitar was going to sound like this when I split the maple. The piece I used was really ancient. And this is alder, the classic body material. When I made the neck, I knew right away that this guitar was going to be outstanding. This doesn't happen all the time. In fact, not very often. The neck of the splash bass is made from the same log, and it also has the same sound quality. The way it starts to vibrate and the sound compression afterwards. That's why I'm very happy with this guitar. We don't have a final name yet, but we call it the Rattocaster for now. Rattocaster, like a rat.
Die Schlagplatte, das haben wir Aluminium gewählt.
The pickguard is made of unfinished aluminium. We did this on purpose. When somebody plays the guitar, it's supposed to look dirty in no time. This is one way to get a vintage look pretty quickly.
Was Spezielles ist noch Mechanik. Die haben wir bei Schaller machen lassen. Die gibt es also nur.
The tuners are also very special. They were custom made by Schaller. They only made 2 sets. We call it our piranha headstock, like a cartoon piranha. These are the teeth. Schaller made a 3rd set for themselves and presented it at the Frankfurt Musikmesse. Meanwhile, they sell them quite well. There are a lot of companies using these tuners on their guitars. One of them is Yamaha.
Einzelstücke. Wiederholen langweilt mich.
Repetition, continually building the same guitar, is boring for me. Our Jazzability guitar is the one big exception. It's the first time that it doesn't bother me to repeat an instrument. This guitar seems to match our personality somehow. I really enjoy building it, but I always change it just a little. There are no 2 Jazzabilities that are exactly alike.
Das ist unsere Jazzability. Das kann man sagen, wir machen ja eigentlich.
This is our Jazzability, but most of our guitars are one-offs. We build true custom-made instruments that we don't repeat. The Jazzability is like our own guitar model. We built it 5 or 6 times, which is kind of like mass production for us. But each guitar is different. They have different tone woods, different dimensions, different thicknesses, and of course, different looks. In this case, we wanted to try out something new. We covered the whole guitar with fabric and then we varnished it. It has a hollow body, but you can order it with a sustain block so that it's more feedback resistant. I actually like the fast feedback response. Even at low volumes, you can get an extremely fat and dynamic sound.
Und die Decke ist Fichte.
The guitar has a spruce top and mahogany back and sides. It's got a maple neck, and everything that's black, including the binding, is ebony.
Inklusive Binding hier ist Ebenholz. Wir verwenden eigentlich grundsätzlich nur Holz.
Basically, we love to use wood for every purpose. We don't make F-holes with plastic bindings. It would be much easier, but somehow it wouldn't bother me as much with this guitar, but we only use wood on acoustic guitars. It's more work, but it really looks much better. This guitar can give you any tone you wish. If you turn down the treble with the tone pot, you get the typical jazz sound, pretty fat. both pickups, or just the bridge pickup. You really have a lot of choices.
Auch diese Gitarre, die ich spiele, ist eine Jazzability.
This guitar is a Jazzability too. I should rather call it Distortion Billy or something like that.
Weil ich spiele genau die gleichen Jazzabilities, wie Claudio sonst auch baut, wie die weiße.
Basically, it's the same guitar Claudio made in white, blue or black. But my style of music is completely different. It's pretty far removed from jazz.
Das ist auch unsere Jazzability.
This is our Jazzability Las Vegas Golden Super Deluxe with mother of toilet seat finish. It's made of pearloid, which is mainly used for accordions.
Das ist jetzt so unsere Deluxe-Version, das heißt auch mit...
This is our deluxe version, a multicolored head, extensive bindings, fingerboard and so on. And everything is in gold. This guitar is also unique.
Und dies wieder ganz anders, da habe ich ein anderes...
I took a different vibrato with less pressure on the bridge. It sounds completely different. It has a much more airy tone.
Viel luftiger im Sound.
What really fascinates me about his guitars is that he comes up with a new study every time. Conceiving a new guitar is a difficult process, but he always succeeds in creating an excellent and beautiful guitar. He never becomes complacent and makes a mass production model out of a design. He always creates a new guitar. He must have a portfolio of at least 50, 80 or 100 completely individual and interesting instruments by now. His guitars are very sculptural and the proportions are always so harmonious and rhythmical. I really love them. His work is very impressive.
Some people say, wow, what's that? I've never seen or heard anything like it. But others say, it sounds great, but it looks like shit.
We're aware of the fact that our instruments are different from normal guitars.